In the valley of Elah, two great armies stand face to face. On one side, the mighty Philistines, their armor gleaming in the sun. On the other, the Israelites, trembling in fear. For 40 days, a giant warrior has challenged them, and no man has dared to fight him. Goliath steps forward, towering over the battlefield. Goliath, the Philistine champion, a giant of a man standing over 9 feet tall, roars across the valley. His challenge echoes in the air. Goliath shouts, mocking Israel. The Israelites look away in fear. Even the bravest soldiers of Israel shrink back. No one dares to face the giant. Until today, David arrives. David walks into the camp carrying food for his brothers. From the hills of Bethlehem comes David, a young shepherd. He is not a warrior, nor a soldier, but a boy with great faith in God. He arrives to bring food for his brothers, unaware that today he will step into history. David hears Goliath's challenge and looks towards the battlefield, determined. When David hears the giant mocking Israel and defying God, something stirs in his heart. How can they allow this? Why does no one stand up to him? David's brother Eliab scolds him, but David refuses to back down. Though his own brother dismisses him, David knows the truth. This battle is not about strength, but about faith. David stands before King Saul, speaking with confidence. When David is brought before King Saul, the king is astonished. How could a boy fight a warrior? But David speaks boldly. David tells the king about fighting lions and bears. He tells of lions and bears that threatened his flock, of battles fought not with swords but with faith, and with the same faith he will face Goliath. Saul hesitates, then nods. Saul agrees, but offers his own armor. Yet David shakes his head. He needs no armor, no sword, no shield, only his sling, 5 smooth stones, and the power of God. David steps onto the battlefield facing Goliath. The Philistine army laughs. As David steps forward, the giant laughs. A boy? With no sword? No armor? Goliath mocks David. But David is not afraid. He stands firm and declares, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." David swings his sling and the stone flies through the air. The battlefield falls silent. The stone cuts through the air and strikes Goliath in the forehead. Goliath stumbles, eyes wide with shock, then crashes to the ground. The giant has fallen. The Israelite soldiers gasp, then erupt in cheers. The Philistines begin to flee. With 1 stone, 1 boy, and unshakable faith, Israel is victorious. The Philistines flee in fear, for they have seen the power of the one true God. David lifts Goliath's sword in victory. David, the shepherd boy, has become a hero, not by might nor by power, but by faith in the Lord. David is lifted in celebration. King Saul watches in awe. David's journey does not end here. One day, he will be king. But this moment, this battle will be remembered forever, not as the day a boy defeated a giant, but as the day faith triumphed over fear. And David looks to the heavens. The end.